Hi, this is Camilla Blossom, and I wanted to tell you the change that I've made to my Land Alchemy training course. I have decided to move it over to Patreon, and I have several tiers there, but I thought it would be a really great way to bring more people into the community of working with land alchemy, offering more work with relationships with the spirits of your land, connecting deeply in that co-creative way, and also working on energy clearing, clearing imprints, working to harmonize and awaken the energy of your land, and also lands that you go to or sacred sites. So this training still will be very in-depth training, but I felt moving it over to Patreon was an opportunity to build that continuous community, make it more accessible, make it a little cheaper to access for folks, and just bringing in that flow of beautiful earth knowledge and information that's coming through all the time as well. But I want to share a little bit about the syllabus, what I'll be doing. And just to know, if you look at my Patreon account, my membership, there's ways you can support me and just give a donation. There's also ways that you can work with me. Some of you who have experience already, who are doing grid work as an earth keeper, water keeper, and want to work together in community, or those who are graduates of my other land alchemy or mystery school programs. And that program is on Patreon as Crystalline Grid Keeper now, and we will do some beautiful work together, and I'm really excited to continue with that group that I've been working with for a while. Then this new group is called Land Flower Alchemist, and it is an opportunity to really train with me and work deeper, and that'll include group mentorship calls, so you'll have the opportunity to get on and ask questions, to ask for clarity. We can work on projects, and we'll be doing those a couple of times a month. We'll kind of see what the needs are of the group, and also a way to connect with other people that are doing this work as well, which is always really fun. And so those are the tiers, the 3 tiers, the 3, 21, and 111. So I want to share a little about the syllabus and give you a sense of what we'll be exploring during this time. Like I say, there'll be group mentorship calls. There'll also be, if you want to do one-on-one with me, be happy to do that with you, and I'll give you the discount fee on that. There'll also be access to the Crystalline Grid Keeper calls. So if you are someone who wants to really dive in, you're welcome to come to those calls as well. And then also there'll be access to a treasure trove of all my teachings, earth-based teachings, very experiential, a lot of journeys, a lot of shamanic practices and protocols, ways to really connect and open relationship. You'll also get my book. I'll show it to you as an ebook. Sacred Spirits of Gaia, and also my flower essence book. And those will be offered as an ebook to you, but you're welcome to purchase them as well to get a hard copy. So I really wanted to give this opportunity to just be able to fully share everything I have. I have so much that I've learned over the years, so much I've practiced. And it's such a joy to work with the land, work with the fairies, work with the dragons, work with the grid lines, work with the mountains, and really create a land council, like learn how to call in and work in the spirit realm. And just for you to understand, this is very deep shamanic work, and it can also just be very playful and joyful and connecting for the magic of nature. So kind of whatever way you're wanting to enter and work with it, it's available for that for you. But also to know the depth of that kind of work does require certain, what I call protocols, certain practices that really are about keeping you safe, keeping your land clear, keeping your energy in integrity and pure, protected, all those things, especially because a lot of us who do this work are very empathic and sensitive beings. And so I want to make sure that we use our skills and our clairs and our talents and our intuition in a really safe and clean and clear way. So to begin with, getting started, and there's like different, what they call collections on Patreon, so you can actually organize a whole course in there. And so the first section will be getting started, and that will bring forward principles of land alchemy, how to dowse, kind of the overview, what is alchemy, and kind of to get us started. And then the next section is very important. It's personal energy alignment. And I know many of you have already learned how to clear your energy and ground your energy. But what I find is it's really good to just review and make sure like that you're still on the up and up, and maybe learn some new techniques, or have new awareness about how your grounding's changed, or how you need to work on attachments or cords. And so that will be a good, really foundational energy work healing section. And like I say, if that's something that's you've already done, great. But that's foundational. And that will also include working as an empath or sensitive and feeling protected, and how you would approach working with land so that you don't go right in the middle of a lot of funky energy and then pick it all up and feel crappy. Like there's definitely ways you're going to approach this work, right? And then we're going to work with the land protocols. And so in land alchemy, I really stress these foundational practices for everything. And you may be also familiar, but if not, or to remind you what's really important. And that will be the offerings, permission, honoring native land, honoring the fairy realms, ceremonial invocation, intention setting, some of those kinds of things. Then we're gonna, and a lot of these is gonna be interwoven, even though I have these in different sections. Like this work is not linear. It does not necessarily flow just in that order. To me, it's very circular and feminine and integrated and whole. And so even though I'm teaching those, there may be some jumping around or bringing rituals through. Even though I have a section of rituals, they'll be coming in all the different times. Yeah. And so another collection will be the nature-spirit relationships, and this is where my book comes in. I have lots of information and lovely rituals and connecting to the voices of the fairies, the grandmothers, the ancestors, the stone beings, the unicorns, all the magic ones of land. And whether you want to pick, certain beings that you really resonate with and work with, trees, let's say, or work with all different kinds, that's totally up to you. It's your way. But I'm going to share that. I'm going to talk about our relationship with Gaia, how to deepen that, make relationship, how to co-create with the Land Council, how to create deeper relationships and connections and communication, to be able to co-create with the dragons and the different Land Council and spirits where you are. And there'll be a lot of transmissions in my work, a lot of attunements, alignments. So a lot of it's very energetic, and will be lifting your frequency, opening you to more joy, to this ascension process we're all in, to really claim it and own your authority in it. So it's very empowering work and very personal as we are in service. Then they'll have sections on rituals. I'll be inviting you to create your own land altar, to work with Mother Tree, to do your offerings, asking permissions, offerings to the 4 directions, ways to listen to land, work with my oracle deck or other oracle decks. The gnome dance is in there, and the moss foot blessing. They wanted me to have that in there this time. So those will get interspersed along the way, but there'll be a section too. Then tools and techniques. And I kind of lumped all the practices, the tools, the techniques, like everything in this section. And this is like really rich and deep treasures, I feel, in like, these are the tools that are so magical. Let's say for water, you want to bless water, like crystal bowls and your songs and elemental chants and the water wheel ceremony. So there's lots of ways that these practices will come forward. But the way that I teach this section too, I'll be teaching you how to do all these different things, from clearing cords off land that people who have lived there have left behind, or their own soul aspects, clearing historical imprints, how to do grid work, how to work with portals, crystal grid work. So there's lots of fun things. But I'm also approaching this that we're listening to the land council. We're listening deeply to the land. What does the land want? So we're not just going to go in and do all these things. To me, the most powerful way to be a land alchemist or flower alchemist is through your relationship with the spirits that work with this, the plants themselves, the trees themselves, the guardians of the land, the dragons. When you have a really strong, honoring, connected, loving, beautiful relationship with your land council, with the land, with these spirits, you will become so powerful. Because as we know, this work is not about us. It's not about it coming through us and us doing. It's really about us co-creating in equal partnership, in circle, in council with all these different beings. And so they really want me to stress that for you, for all of us, that, and I'll say that from my own experience, the more I've worked with these different spirits and asked them, okay, we have this project, I'll kind of, direct. I had a client and we need to work on the land. What does the land need? You can even use this as like a checklist. Ask the land council, what are the things that the land really needs? Oh, the last one I worked on, it definitely needed historical land healing. It had a lot of amends and ceremony and death ceremony that it needed for the indigenous people, the Sioux people. This was in Iowa. This was all done remote. And so there's this way that the more you learn and connect in that co-creative relationship, the more your power and empowerment will grow and your authority to do this work. So I think that's a really important piece. And so for all these land alchemy practices, you're going to learn how to do that and be in that space, be in that earth temple of magic where you are co-creating and you're not trying too hard, not overdoing it, making it into some big project or trying to fix something. It's really not that. So, and in that I have this beautiful questionnaire that I came up with to ask yourselves about your land, or if you're going to do this professionally, you can ask your clients and ask all these questions, and it really helps, like, what's going on this land? What are the issues? What are the spots that feel really good? What are the spots that don't? And it will help you focus in on what's really important here and what role you can play. And so that will be, I have kind of a long list of those. Color healing, balancing elementals, clearing land contracts, what you do when you move to and from a home, the portal work, grid work I mentioned, anchoring divine blueprints. Yeah, releasing discarnate energy, psychopump work. So there's lots of really beautiful work. And like I say, you don't have to learn all of this, but I want this available so that this work goes out and people can use it and use it safely because they're following the protocols and foundations before you do it. Yeah. And then I decided to add some work with my flower essences because I use them all the time with this work. I use them on land. I use them to help spirits heal themselves, elementals, and discarnate spirits like ghosts. I help them heal and pass over using flower essences. And also in water. They're beautiful in water. And we can make them on our land from the plants on our land, the flowers and trees, and then use them for medicine. And they are frequency medicine, right? So as I said, I'm providing my ebook, which is all sorts of information about the flower essences. And I will provide some videos and teachings and journeys. For those who do want to go deeper, I do have a course, or want to really focus on this, I do have a course called Flower Essence Magic, and it is on my website, and you can do that as its own standalone course. And we do have a group mentorship call on that as well. But that's a different one, but I will integrate some of the flower work into this. So that's why I wanted to include flower in this. And that will also be like how to make them, do the healing work with them, that kind of medicine. So it's one of the tools, along with sound and crystals and symbols and those kind of things we'll be exploring as well, and drumming. Then I would love to do some case studies, and then also provide resources. So there'll be lists of books that I like, resources to other places, and I have different products to myself, which I will share and give more information. So if you do have questions about the program, the Land Flower Alchemist Patreon tier, where we will enter the Temple of Earth Magic. And like I say, it's a monthly membership, so you can join anytime, and all the information is up there. And we'll be doing the calls, the mentorship calls. And so if this sounds like something you're interested, I encourage you to check it out. You can go to patreon.com, which is patreon.com, and then my name, Camilla Blossom. And it will take you into the Temple of Earth Magic, and you have options for tiers, and this one is the Land Flower Alchemist tier. And so definitely reach out if you have any questions. I also have information on my website, which goes into a lot more detail, and that is CamillaBlossom.com. So I'd love to see you there soon. The first call, we will be talking about personal energy alignment, and that will be Wednesday, September 27th, Wednesday. And you can join for that. And if you missed that, all the videos will be posted in the Patreon, so you can go there and work with it whenever you want. So it's self-guided and group, and the option for one-on-one mentorship. So I'd love to see you. Thank you.